Hello. I ordered pizza tonight and this packaging is such a vibe. Anyway, YouTube gave me recommendations today about cult leaders. There is a very interesting video about cult leader debate bro by poolside party evolving into concert, punk rock and a boxing match inside the pool. A very artsy video. The guy is very real and not real at the same time. It's artsy satire. And it also recommended me a very soothing, real, small YouTuber who made a couple of videos about parts of supposedly like an ex-actual hacker. And this channel is wonderful. Just wonderful. It's just the realest real videos of an old man playing video games. Like this is such a disjointed but at the same time very like actually real vibe. The guy just stomps on his language barrier, the age barrier, I guess. Not a cool kid, not a Mr. Beast kind of person, but a real dude who plays games and had some actual skill in the day and talked about pirate software as a cult leader. So the cult leader theme rings true. I made a couple of cryptic posts on YouTube. Like it's a recent thing. Everyone's channels and their mothers are making text posts with pictures on YouTube. And I mean, Facebook sucks a lot with all the paid propaganda, etc. I think YouTube is at a better spot right now, and it kind of taking over Facebook's niche of these, or like Twitter, that is even worse. I mean X. YouTube taking over that niche is kind of cool. The cryptic messages were about art being short-lived as a god, but now you can find it living strong as a cult leader by the pool. So, referring to the video with the cult leader kind of guy. Like, obviously, what's most interesting is not too obviously, but still, apparently, the cult leader guy is fake in a way that he's authentically fake. He's actually an artist, performance guy. And I found it really interesting that like there were a couple of comments under the YouTube video that said that first that something akin to it's very difficult to become astonished or like surprised by art or content because like the borders have been crossed multiple times over. It's just like art having no borders nowadays is for the last 100 years and nothing being shocking has kind of devolved its value. And I'm referring, of course, to like Nietzsche's God is dead claim. And Nietzsche famously rather proposed or endorsed art as a new god or a new goal or a new value as an ideal for like humans to aspire to. And I think like as is and having a bad rep, like due to crossing these borders, like shit in a can and etc., like some extreme forms of art, so to say. Art has, and also like capitalism or whatever, art has devolved into attention grabbing mostly, and just making people view content as a product rather than something like that has like value, that like kind of expounds borders or like goes through borders. So such an art is kind of dead. It didn't live the 2 millennia that God lived. It lived less. And like old man take, but like last time I was like really, really astounded by a vibrant culture of art that sought meaning, truth, going across borders, etc. And it was like a psychological anime boom in the early 2000s, like was Evangelion. A video for another time, but Evangelion is quite good at like commenting and giving its own take on philosophical history in a way that basically a humanity that's trying to grow up from God or like actively get out of its history of believing in God and having that as a pillar in cultures, to taking a new like science-based belief first like loses existential meaning like personally, and like Shinji goes through this with not understanding what's the meaning of what's the whole purpose of his project, even though he does exemplify the will to power or will to live very, very keenly in these like Evangelion scenes where the like beast emerges. And there's quite a few Freudian themes, etc., and they like battle these angels, which like represents this time of God, and they find meaning in like just other people in like a sort of humanism. Anyway, I'll probably make another video out of it soon. So I posted an Evangelion pic just for the references, very loose references, and a hint of a weird video I would like to make about explaining my take on Evangelion. And then my take on the old hacker guy, why I find it so endearing. Also, I liked, coming back to the first video, I liked how the cult leader is this character. It's a character that still managed with the skit to make you think whether he's real or not, with all the like large scale cultism that is the MAGA movement, I'd say, etc. Like prevailing in the world. Like this actually makes you think about like why is it absurd that this guy is like what's the absurdity in this guy's position? He's like his religion of car world is like very apparently absurd, but just still pause to think whether that thing is real. And he proposed actually kind of valid-ish points that also mock or reflect or parallel Jordan Peterson's, like saying that anything besides believing in God is nihilism, which kind of has some background in history of thought, but it's kind of a powerful sentiment in a way. But but it's also quite absurd um, if you just play around with it a bit. This puts it in a different context where you can see that it's a good art project that guy is making, I think. But yeah, coming to the hacker guy who managed to get views on YouTube now because of like commenting on Thor, Pirate Software, which like I need some disclaimers. I don't think, however, like hollow or pointless the Pirate Software channel and the guy is, there's lots of hollow and pointless channels that grift on YouTube, and like that's just a thing people do, and seeing it through would make you maybe not subscribe. You don't need to like hate the guy and make him even more like dig deep into his trenches. I think just ignoring that sort of content is the best way, not just to endlessly bash the guy. Doesn't really help. Like understanding it's honestly like an honest talk with the guy like behind the scenes would be interesting, but yeah, you won't get like a backing down by Pirate Software and Thor, and that makes sense. On a bit of a ramble here, stream of thought. Coming back to again to the old guy making videos and now actually getting on the algorithm with the hacker's perspective against Thor. It's weird because like YouTube promoted it probably because it's a trend that pirate software is being talked about in a negative way. Negative trends are very appealing for people to click on. But this guy is perfect because he's very genuine. He has like tons of videos him just playing games as he does every day. Like, and he has like a video about like games curing or like helping him with addiction, etc. He's aware of his language barrier. He's aware that his old, tired looks very off. But this contrast actually is what gives it value. First, it might just appeal to people's never-ending search for authenticity. Like, this is authentic. This is like an actual person. This is like the ugliness on the male end that some people would want out of video games for some reason because they're so afraid of it. But looking at it, like looking at this person, like a genuine, interesting person who plays games, gives his thoughts, regardless of all of the reasons why not to, regardless of his like weird way of speaking, his age, obviously, like, and that he like looks like a mean version of an actual hacker. That's most of the comments under the pirate video he has. Um, I don't think he's afraid of this irony, and that's what makes him great. Anyway, shout outs to these two videos I saw on this beautiful day. Cheers.